I honestly thought for 20.5 they would have released Harrow, and if Harrow, being the next Warframe, wasn't ready, then it would be hotfix 20.4.7 that would bring this round of TennoGen. They could even call it update 20.4.7. But they didn't. This is 20.5, and it looks like it's mainly TennoGen. Which, annoyingly, if you don't run this through Steam, and you click on TennoGen, it shows up absolutely none of the new TennoGen stuff. You have to be running the game through Steam for this new TennoGen stuff. But of course, it is also available on console already. This TennoGen Round 8 is live on console as well as PC. So I will go more in depth, but the Syandanas do look pretty nice. I do not have a favourite out of these 4 yet, which is weird because there's 5, not 4. They do look pretty nice, all of them apart from one, which I don't particularly like that much, but I'll get more into that when I can load the game through Steam, because it's not updating. Then there are skins, 7 of them by the looks of it. Ember, third one in, looks really nice. Ivara, both the end one and the second or third from the right, also looks absolutely amazing. Some of these skins do look really nice. The helmets, there's only 4 of them. To be fair, they, again, also look pretty nice. Trinities and Rhinos piquing my attention quite a bit. And then there's the Skana Arit Skin. It's a skin for probably the least used melee weapon in the game, which is kind of sad, even though it says this can be used on any applicable weapon, so that's the only saving part to this. But that is a hell of a nice skin for the Skana nonetheless. It'll probably work on any single-handed sword, so theoretically could work on the Broken War as well. Then it would be worth it, because I do like that skin. So all of those should be live. As for the update 20.5 part, they've separated Syandanas from attachments. If you go to attachments, Syandana's gone completely. You have the chest armor, the arms armor, the leg, and of course this is Zaikhya, so it has her weird attachment there. The Syandana is under its own thing, so you can now put any Syandana you want. I'll just go for the one at the top, and you can change the colour of it to absolutely anything you want. And then if you go into attachments and put on pretty much anything, again just going to throw on random things. Actually, that was a really bad example on that shoulder there, because it's pretty small. There you go. And you'll notice the colours, if I hit randomise here, changes the... Nah, that wasn't randomise. That's randomise. I was looking at the frame, not the options in the corner. It changes the colour of the attachments, but not the colour of the Syandana. And then, of course, as I said before, same with Syandana, you can click randomise. It changes. The Syandana can now be coloured completely separately to the actual frame, which is great, because sometimes, let's be honest, the Syandanas don't look right in the same colour combination that the armour does, so that is a pretty decent addition to the game. That is going to be really useful as well. You see, it doesn't really match, because some of the red stuff from this being the Rubido one, because we are talking about TennoGen, and if we're going to talk TennoGen, let's equip the Rubido plated Syandana, which is only available from Steam. Certain parts of it don't change colour, so no matter what colour you put on it, it never quite matches the frame, even if you use the frame's colours, and these, apart from the orange there, or Zaikhya's standard colours. It just doesn't look right with the red of the normal Syandana, so you can now have the armour a decent colour, and then leave the Syandana as it was meant to be. Actually, this is going to be really useful. On the whole thing of appearance, even though I'm not actually in there, if you go to appearance, and this is technically live on console, though the multiplayer part of it isn't, and you go to capture, you can actually jump in there now with a team of 4 and have 4 people in a capture session at once. That's going to make coordination between you and the other 3 people a pain in the butt, but should make for some amazing pictures inside of the capture system. Like, just mind-blowing screenshots. One thing that people have been asking for a long time is chat filters, and they have now actually added these things in, though not in a way that I would actually have liked them. I would still just love a feature that would disable chat completely, so when you're busy doing something, it doesn't open itself. It's got nothing to do with people messaging me, it's just when you're doing something, every now and then the chat window opens itself. So just an option to disable it would be really useful. Of course you will forget, of course, to then enable it. But there is now filters that you can add. It's a weird system though. It's an on-off switch, and you can add filters so it just basically doesn't show you something. And sadly, that is exactly it. It will just hide things that you don't want to see. That's all it does for the minute, but obviously as this gets worked on over time, hopefully lots of things will be added to this, but it's just as easy as adding a word in there, and there you go. That word will now not be displayed when somebody talks to you inside of that one. I'm using the Alliance one because they were talking about something in clan chat and I didn't really want to display that. But you can add absolutely any word you want in here and it will just remove it. So if it pops up or somebody says it, that message just won't be displayed to you. Now I've got to remove these, and it's actually an amazingly simple system. I don't want to say it's well done because I still want one that just says disable chat as the top of my wish list for the game, but that's a personal thing, so that not being added doesn't really bother us. They've also added this one thing that says air support turrets will self-destruct after 60 minutes and med towers after 20 minutes to prevent long-term exploits. That of course being the air support from the Zephos or whatever it's called style landing craft. These things, and as you can probably tell, because I know I still have this footage somewhere, so that'll be playing even though I'm not looking at it, I was actually working on something and it took me 2 hours to do this, and it's now completely useless. Hasn't ruined what I was trying to do, but it now means there is a limitation as to how many air supports you can have. For the turrets, the rest of them are still fine, but the turrets, the most you can really have out at any one time is 5, because after 10 minutes, it takes 10 minutes to recharge the air support, and they'll only last for 60 minutes, so you can only put 6 out at a time, but as you put 1 out, 1 will disappear, meaning the most you can have out is probably 5. That's actually a huge shame, because I've had a lot of fun playing with the turrets lately. I actually worked through a lot of the air support stuff. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.